So many of you using AI Pro, many of you interested in AI Pro have expressed to me that you don't even really know what Forex trading is. For me, being a Forex trader for almost 10 years now, I kind of take it for granted that most of you should know what Forex trading is, but a lot of you probably don't. So that's what we're going to get into in this video. Is I'm going to explain to you exactly what Forex trading is, how it works, and how we utilize it, utilizing AI Pro. Okay, so if you have ever flown internationally, if you've been across international lines, and you've exchanged money, currencies in different countries, you are a Forex trader. You have traded Forex. If you've ever taken a trip to, let's say, London, and the exchange rate of the pound to the dollar, let's say it is what it is today, about 1.27. Basically what that means is if you had, let's say, $1,270, for the sake of easy math here, if you took $1,270 and you gave it to the exchange person at the airport, they would give you back 1,000 pounds. Okay, so basically what that means, if the exchange rate of pound dollar is 1.27, which you might see it on a chart, that means 1 pound is equal to $1.27. 1.27. Okay, 1 pound is equal to $1.27. So if I have $1,270, I gave it to the lady at the airport, she's going to give me back 1,000 pounds. Now let's say 3 months go by, I'm doing my thing, I'll go to London, I'll go to Paris, whatever. We come back to the lady, the exchange rate is 1.37 now. Okay, I give the lady my 1,000 pounds, right? Let's say I didn't spend it. I give her my 1,000 pounds. She's going to now give back to me $1,370. Woo! It just means I made $100 from an exchange rate just fluctuating. That's what happens. That is Forex trading. In a nutshell, that is how it works. Now, in reality, you're probably not going to see an exchange rate fluctuate from 1.27 to 1.37 in a short amount of time. Something like that is probably going to take, about a couple of months. However, we're typically swing traders are using AI Pro, so those time frames are anywhere from like a day, 2 days, maybe a week, right? So you're not going to see that type of fluctuation. You might see 1.27 go to 1.28, whatever the case may be. But the way that we can still take advantage of that is through obviously utilizing leverage, utilizing higher units. So let's head over to the chart so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So for example, as you can see on this chart, there's 2 trades that have taken place. One for a lot size of 2.49, the other one with a lot size of 4.21. So what this is saying is that essentially I have sold 421,000 units of the pound here, and I've sold 249,000 units of the pound here. Okay, now that doesn't necessarily mean that I need $249,000 in the account plus $421,000 in the account. These lot sizes are given to me based off of leverage. Now this account, thankfully, gives me 500 to 1 leverage, okay? So instead of needing a full $421,000 in the account, I could have $800 in the account. Instead of needing $249,000 in the account based off of this trade, I could have $500 in the account, okay? That's the beauty of leverage. Now obviously, we don't want to take advantage of that by over leveraging, by putting on too high of lot sizes, okay? We never want to do that. So don't be fooled. This account is sufficiently capitalized enough to be able to make these size of trades. Now essentially that example that I gave about buying a currency, selling a currency at the airport, that's essentially what we're doing right here on this chart. I'll give you an example for Australian CAD. This example, we have sold the Australian CAD for a unit of 2.49 lots, 249,000 units of the Australian dollar. We have sold in exchange for the Canadian dollar, okay? And essentially what we're hoping for is for the Australian dollar to lose value against the Canadian dollar, okay? Now, what most people don't understand about currency trading is that once you sell a currency, simultaneously you are buying the currency that is in the opposite pair, okay? So as you can see with the Australian CAD, the exchange rate is currently 0.8886, and we've made this sell trade at 0.8888, okay? And what we're hoping for is for the value of the Australian dollar to decline against the Canadian dollar, okay? What this exchange rate is saying is that one Australian dollar will give you 0.8 or 88 cents of Canadian dollars, okay? One Australian dollar will give you 88 cents of Canadian dollars. And if the value of the Australian dollar goes down, then obviously the value of the Canadian dollar against it will go higher. So less Canadian dollars will give you more Australian dollars, because the Australian dollars are worth less. Does that make sense? Because the Australian dollars will not be worth as much as they were before, it will take less Canadian dollars to purchase the Australian dollar. So if simultaneously we have purchased the Canadian dollar as we've sold the Australian dollar, it means that we will have more Canadian dollars to buy back the Australian dollars. Now, when I say buy back the Australian dollars, all that means is closing the trade, right? If we've sold Australian dollars and purchased Canadian dollars simultaneously, to open the trade, which is what we've done right here, to close that trade, we just need to do the reverse, okay? We've sold Australian dollars, bought Canadian dollars. To close the trade, we need to buy Australian dollars and sell Canadian dollars, right? But we'll need to sell less of the Canadian dollars that we have in possession, right, in order to close out the trade, because the value of the Australian dollar is less. So those Canadian dollars we can keep over, we can hold it as a profit. And obviously the brokers exchange these automatically to United States dollars, or whatever country that you live in automatically exchanges it to your country's currency. Now, the AI Pro software is literally doing this for us all day, every day. It's done automatically. As you can see, back to this pound trade, we've sold the pound, purchased United States dollars in hopes that the pound will go down in value. Now, we first conducted this trade here at this price of 1.2665. However, price did not go down. It actually went up, right? The value of the pound actually went up. So that went against our trade, right? Initially, until we were able to find a signal to come in and sell even more of the pound so that we can average out the trade and be able to come out profitably, which is pretty much what we do, right? So as you can see, right now we're at $5,000 in drawdown pretty much across the board with a balance of 250. So that's like a 2% drawdown. It's a very, very small drawdown here. But this is typically, what we'll see on a day-to-day basis, anywhere from 1 to 2% drawdown until we're able to come out profitably with a profitable trade, whether it's from one trade or whether it's from two trades. And that's what we're hoping for with this pound dollar trade, is that by the time price comes down into this area, even if we need to come out with a small loss on that initial trade, it's perfectly fine, because we'll net a bigger profit with that bigger trade. And obviously, as you can see with the history here, this is pretty much what we do all day, every day. So even if there is a small trade with a loss, it'll be followed up with a bigger one with a bigger profit, right? And we can see that across the board. Negative 3,000, negative 2,000, but it's followed up with positive 9,000 or straight profits. negative 360 followed up by, positive 200, 1800. Negative 2,900 followed up by positive 5,900. Okay, win win win. Negative 1,300, positive 2,200. Win win win. Negative 200, positive 400. You get the point, right? That's basically what we have been doing for about a year now. Okay, it's we're getting, well, it'll be a full year in about 7 days, from now. But as you can see, this is pretty much what we've been doing, the whole time, utilizing this system. It's done all automated, and this is essentially how it works. It's not something that you need to do as far as the leverage. It's not like you need to fill out a loan application to borrow the money to do leverage. It's all done with a simple click of a button. You click one button and you have the leverage. This software, you turn it on, it does the trades for you. Okay, so that is how Forex works. I hope that makes sense to you. And just so you can see again, the profits here, over 150% we've just reached. And as you can see, if we go back to 2023, again, we've been doing this since the very beginning of February, and we were able to bank 150% over the course of the year at the 1x multiplier. Guys at 2x were obviously got 2 times as much. Guys at 3x got 3 times as much, right? And that's essentially, how it works. That's pretty much it. As you can see, let's see a couple of people that are using the system, people that have elected to, showcase their accounts. Sean is a new guy. He's up 10% within just a couple of weeks. Let's go back to some of the older people. I know Joe's been around for a while. Now his account got caught up in the meta quote sweep, which we actually had to leave Hanko Trade because they no longer are affiliated with MetaTrader. But as he was there from July, he scored 100% there, and stupid thing. As he got into a new account, he scored another 30%. So he's up 130% just since July, which is what, August, September, October, November, December, January. So about 6 months. He's up 130%, which is really, really awesome to not have to do anything. Same thing with Jay. He's been around for a long time, but also got caught up in the meta quote sweep. So 45% for himself there. We've got Miss Janae, same thing, 150%. Now she's moved into a new account. We don't have it up yet. Dustin, he's up 40% since December, as you can see there. We've got Paul, same thing, he's up 40% since December. Okay, and everybody's pretty much utilizing the system in the same manner. Okay, up $1,300. Vincent, he's up 15% since December. We got Boris, he's up 55%. Since December. So everybody, obviously everybody's showing since December because of the whole meta quotes debacle. So we pretty much had to shift to a new exchange because of that situation. I'll probably talk about that in another video if I haven't already. But this is the system, right? This is how it works. And if you would like to learn more about AI Pro and how it utilizes the Forex markets to earn these profits, you can take a look at the video here. I'll also leave it in the description where you can learn more about AI Pro. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions about like what is Forex, how it works, what you do to make the money. That's it's essentially how it works. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.